Two-time.
Boys about to go down. You boys ready to get fucked again?
You're looking at the 2025 champ.
Let's not lose. The boys lots more exposed than Andrew's scrotum.
Just hoping to do good enough to not be last. Let's go.
I'm ready to get hurt again.
Hopefully it's only up from here.
Here we go again.
What's up, guys? It's your boy T-Bay coming at you with your Best Night Ever League Week 3 recap. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. I left that open. We're just going to jump right into it with our Week 3 matchups. We had some crazy games this week. I'm sure y'all were watching Monday night. That was wild. But we'll get to all that. We're just going to go through the official standings and the results of this last week. So we'll start off with mine and Oscar's matchup. Once again, my team is pretty solid. Somehow, we have been doing well this season. This squad I've assembled, and I am very impressed at how James Cook has been playing, and I love seeing Keenan Allen back on my team actually productive. That's been so exciting. I'm so excited. Gibbs has been great. Darnold is startable. Bucky has been lackluster, but the Bucks feed him like crazy, so he'll have his day. But yeah, the official score between Oscar and I, 136.5 to 112.2. Oscar's team was, I don't know. I mean, his team was good. His wide receivers are great. Even Chris Olave got 10 points. It really came down to the start with Michael Penix, who just dropped a major dud for him, which stings because I don't blame him for not starting Geno. Geno just had an awful week. But, of course, Geno's on the bench getting him 26. That hurts. And then just Saquon and Alvin Kamara not really doing a whole lot, which is it's been a weird year for Saquon. I mean, he's been good the first 2 weeks, I guess. But, yeah, last week he kind of just laid an egg. Alvin Kamara, I mean, the Saints offense is just so bad, so he's struggling to do anything at all. For whatever reason, they don't throw him the ball anymore. They used to throw him the ball like crazy, so he's just been lackluster. But, yeah, so I came out with the win against little Oscar here, and his team. I mean, I'll get into everyone's teams and my opinions of them, but his team is solid. I'm gonna look at the draft too, and just like kind of take a look at where people were drafted and how they have been sucking so hard, considering where they were drafted. But it's hard to look at Oscar's draft and say he drafted poorly because, I mean, drafting Caleb Williams was like the best pick in the first round easily as of now. And JSN has been insane. So I was expecting a closer week, but I got lucky once again and came out 3-0. We'll go down to the Bonnie Blues and Brockback Mountain. Gregor and Michael, very low scoring. I mean, this whole week was really low scoring. I think the second highest was Andrew at 124. So it was just a very odd Sunday. If anyone watched any football at all, a lot of offenses just looked like they forgot how to play football, including the Packers, which Michael has most of their offense. So Michael comes out with the win, 113 to 99.5 against Gregor. CJ Stroud, he's borderline unstartable, but so is Tua. So that's easily the weakest part of Michael's team is his quarterbacks. But Jordan Love has been solid up until they play the Browns, and then he kind of sucked. But Devon Achane, 12.5. Jacobs at 10. He trades for A.J. Brown. And what does A.J. Brown do? He combined for, 6.5 points in the first 2 weeks. He comes out and drops 23. Nice, Michael. Nice trade there. I mean, as of now, who knows? But that literally probably won him his week, I would say. I mean, he might have started like J.K. Dobbins instead, so I can't really say that. He still would have won. But that was big. Getting 23, I think, yeah, that was his highest score. So that stings for Bobby for sure. And Tyreek Hill with 13.5. Laporta 5. Odunze is looking like the best receiver in Chicago. He's wide receiver number 3 right now. God damn. So Michael's team did quite well. Gregor's team was not awful, just Derrick Henry, very disappointing these past couple weeks. That late game fumble was just brutal because who knows how many points Derrick Henry. I know Michael was clenching his little cheeks when the Ravens got the ball back at the end of that game. And I mean, before Henry fumbled in that last drive, Henry could have done something big that would have maybe. I mean, it would have had to been like a crazy long touchdown run or something for Gregor to win. But Garrett Wilson with about 20 points. He's been pretty good this year. Pretty good. DJ Moore, 11. Brees, doing what Brees does, which is look like the best running back in football one week and then just being a pedestrian the next. And then really the highlight of Gregor's week was starting the Baltimore Ravens defense once again. I mean, yeah, there's no defending this decision. It's rough. The week wasn't close enough where he could have like started any other defense and won. He would have had to start a defense that would have scored at least like 6 points, I think. But the fact that he has started the Ravens defense twice, like I know they're off his team now, so he learned his lesson. But starting them against Detroit, I mean that's rough, especially considering that he started them against the other best offense. I mean, between the Bills, Ravens, and Lions, those are probably the top like 3 offenses in the league. And starting that defense that allowed 40 to the Bills against the Lions, and they allow 38 points and 400 yards. That's rough, Gregor. That's a rough one there. So definitely he won't be starting them, but watch, they're going to go to KC and actually get like 12 points or something. So yeah, that was definitely the rough call there from Gregor. I would not have done that. Michael and I were talking about that on Sunday. I was just like, man, I feel like texting Gregor. I should be like, dude, you cannot start this defense. But Gregor knows what he's doing. Unfortunately, did not work out this week. Let's take a look at the next one. Next up, we got Didn't CD Ref and Joe Active. Oh man, this one was a real heart pounder. Look at the scores here. Cam ended up with the win here. 106.5 to 92 from Zach. Cam's team, he's 1-2, so he needed to get that win. I know Cam was going to be pretty upset if he went down 0-3. Well, who wouldn't be? But yeah, I understand his frustrations with this season because he has a big chunk of the Bengals offense. They lost Joe Burrow, as everyone knows, so that's rough, especially when you have Jamar Chase, who can only get 5.5 points when Jake Browning's throwing on the ball. That sucks. But Cam Ward got him 11, 17 from Drake May. Jordan Mason with a monster game, so he is solid when Aaron Jones isn't playing. But I mean, they did play Cincinnati, so it's not a shock that he just like ran over them the entire game. But really good game there from Jordan Mason, accounting for almost a third of all of Cam's points this week. Then Kenneth Walker did something, so that was exciting. Very inefficient running the ball, 2.5 yards a carry, but 2 touchdowns he got in there. So not bad from old KW. Tet McMillan with a lackluster game. He was really good last week, so I appreciate him starting Tet, but a rough week for him. Zach Ertz 5.5. Brian Thomas sucking once again, yet to hit. I mean, he has 7 receptions throughout the 3 weeks. This guy, this is rough. I don't think anyone saw this coming. I thought, if anything, maybe Travis Hunter might take some catches, but like Brian Thomas looks scared. I know everyone's seen the clips of him just like, I mean, it's partially Trevor Lawrence's fault because he does throw him hospital balls, but there have just been these plays where it's just like, how? This guy was so good last year. Why is he doing this? Only 6.5 from him. For Zach, he's being forced to start Jake Browning, which is rough. Who's his other quarterback? Oh, Bryce Young. So, yeah, he's probably going to start Bryce Young from now on. Would Bryce Young have won it if he started him? No, it wouldn't have made a difference. He still lost by like 14. So, yeah, Jake Browning with 4 points. Kyler, 14. Jonathan Taylor was basically his entire team this week. He just had a crazy week. 34.5 from JT. Chuba Hubbard, 8.5. CD getting injured very early in that game. still waiting to see the news on him. I mean, they say he's not practicing, but he could maybe play, but it's like a high ankle sprain, so I'd say there's like no way he's playing, and he's probably going to be out the next couple weeks at least. So that was the tough break for Zach there. Maybe CD could have had a big game if he was playing, especially since they were kind of behind that entire game in Chicago. But yeah, Zay Flowers, no one ever feels good about starting this guy, even though the first 2 weeks he was really solid. So, I mean, it's bizarre because the Ravens were kind of also playing behind, so you would have thought maybe he could do something in the second half of that game, but that's what Lamar does. 1 week you're his favorite receiver ever. The next week, Rashad Bateman looks like a tasty piece of ass, and Lamar only wants to throw it to him. So, yeah, only 2.5 for Zay Flowers. Tucker Kraft not following up that monster game he had in week 2 with a good one. He only had 4.5. His kicker was his third best player, Harrison Butker, with 11. He started the Buffalo Bills defense for 4 points. So, really boring game between these two. Sorry, guys. But congrats to Cam for getting his first dub, 106-92. Final score there. Let's go up next to probably the most exciting matchup this week that came very much down to the very end of that game. We got Bobby getting his third loss, scoring about 115 points. Connor getting his third win, scoring 118. And this has kind of just been the story. This right here, this is the story of Connor's team, because the rest of his team is very hit or miss, and it's these guys combining for about, what is that, like 59, 60. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, his quarterbacks are just like carrying him. So huge games from Lamar and Jalen. He's been solid, as he is always, and Lamar with a really good week, even though he hardly even ran the ball. He threw the ball like a lunatic. So Kyron with 18.2, very good game for Kyron. Chase Brown, I mean, Minnesota's defense is pretty good, so this isn't like cause for mega concern, but yeah, he has not been what he was last year, and Joe Burrow going out really doesn't help. Malik Neighbors just I mean, that's crazy to go from 36 to 2.3 in 1 week is just unimaginably rough for Connor. If he would have lost this one, I know who he would have been blaming. That is just brutal. So, going to be very interesting to see how old Jackson Dart does. It's going to be a rough matchup for Jackson Dart this next week, though. So, I wouldn't be expecting a whole lot from Neighbors. But you never know. These young quarterbacks, they can just force the ball into the best receiver's hands. So, maybe something good can come out of it. But, yeah, rough one for Malik Neighbors. Mike Evans with about 11.5 points. That'll be the last points we see from him for at least probably 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know. He got another hamstring injury. Once again, that's what he does. So that's rough for Connor. Jawan Johnson, he's starting to tight end now, huh? Oh, 8 points for him. Not bad. But James Conner, he is out. Gonzo, done for the year. And that sucks a lot for Connor because he was not crazy good, but he's solid. He's always going to score touchdowns if he's on the field, and he will not be on the field. So that's a tough break for Connor, considering I don't even know who's going to start instead of him. Damn, that's rough. He did not get Trey Benson, as we all know. But, yeah, only 5 for James Conner. So really his quarterbacks in Kyron carried his entire team, and it was enough, though. It was enough to beat old bye-week Bobby. So we'll go take a look at his team now. 23 from Josh Allen and 10 from Dak, and that is all worth mentioning. That's it. That's the only thing worth mentioning is those two. Now, I mean, the rest of his team, Devontae had almost 9 points. He, I mean, when they made that trade, I wasn't in the league chat being like, what the hell are you thinking, Bobby? I thought this could work out for Bobby, and I see why Bobby did it. And I thought it fit both, like, what each of them needed. Like, Bobby just needs a guy who's consistent because he just did not have that running back. And Michael could afford to get a wide receiver who's capable of going off, but he can live through the shitty weeks that AJ Brown inevitably has, and Bobby just cannot do that. He can't sit there and wait for AJ Brown to randomly get 25 points and then randomly get like 4 points, because he just needs anyone who can produce, because a lot of his guys just aren't doing that. Nick Chubb with 5.5. Drake London has been very odd this season, that's for sure. I mean, Michael Penix is just not. I can't say he's not that guy, but it's been a rough start for Michael Penix this year, and he has just not been able to get it to Drake London. What's he? Yeah, this is the highest yards he's gotten all year. No touchdowns, 55 yards, 5 catches. So 8 points for Drake London. I'm sure things will turn around, but I would have drafted him. That's for sure. If Drake London was there, I would have taken him. Like, I had high hopes for him, but he has been a bit of a dud for Bobby, and that really stings because he needed his early draft picks to produce, considering he went into the draft with 3 keepers, because who knows if Joe Mixon will ever play again. But a bright spot in his team is Emeka Egbuka. He's been solid. He's been rock solid this year, scoring double digits every week. So 11.5 for him. Now with no Mike Evans out there, I would expect him to be even better. So this is like a pretty big break for Bobby. If he doesn't, if Egbuka doesn't go out there and start like just being the wide receiver 1 for the Bucks, I would be shocked. But that helps Bobby a lot. He really needed that. TJ Hawk, Big Cock Hawk, getting 13.5 for him. DK really just got a touchdown. If he didn't get a touchdown, it would have been a rough week for him. But his defense, god damn, that was the second best player all week. Sheesh. The Seattle defense just destroying the Saints. 17 points for him. So, Bobby's 0-3, Connor's 3-0. That's that garbage time. Those garbage time points at the end of that game were just crazy. Like, I was really going into that like the last quarter being like, oh my god, Bobby's gonna win this, and because that is just Connor's luck. But thankfully, Baltimore got the ball back, and the Detroit Lions, their defense just like quit trying. Like there was that tackle on that long catch where the guy just like didn't even try to tackle him. Like they just let the Ravens run the ball down the field or throw the ball down the field. And it was just enough for Connor to get the win. So that was just absolutely brutal for Bobby. Just so rough because that was a very winnable week for him. But we'll go to the last. I think we're at the last matchup. Yeah, we got Andrew and Jacob. So Andrew 3-0. Jacob moving to 0-3. Andrew dropping 124 points total to Jacob's 115. His quarterbacks have been solid. I mean, last week, Jared Goff went crazy, so Goff has been good. The best, I mean, it's so exciting seeing a quarterback go from one team to another, and all of a sudden they're, like, amazing. And it's even more exciting when Andrew just so happens to have him because he kind of needed that. So I was super excited for Andrew that he's got Danny Dimes, who that was his worst week so far this season, because he didn't run in any touchdowns, but he's just going to be solid for Andrew. At least I think so, unless these first 3 weeks are just complete duds. But he looks like a different quarterback. I mean, it's crazy. The Colts offense is just going crazy. So he scored about 16 for Andrew. McCaffrey, of course. The fact that McCaffrey is back to his true form is everything for Andrew. So he dropped 19 again for him. 10 catches for 15 targets. I didn't even see that. Jesus Christ. So he's also their wide receiver 1 in San Francisco. That's insane. He really hasn't been running that well, but holy crap, these receiving yards. What the hell? He only has 1 touchdown this year. So Chris McCaffrey's just been insane. The opportunities he gets in their passing game are just ridiculous. And so far, Andrew has been surviving through Ashton Jeanty, just being disappointing, to say the least. I mean, he's just, I know he's a rookie. Sometimes they can start off a little slow. Everyone definitely expected more out of him. So the future can look very bright for Andrew if this guy figures out how to start scoring some touchdowns or doing something with the ball, because his team is, I mean, he's 3-0, so his team's solid. If Jeanty actually turns into like a RB2, then which he is, but like, you know what I mean. If he starts producing, Andrew will be very set. His team will look very solid. His wide receivers, Nico, first week was super rough, but these last couple weeks he's been doing well. So 20 points from him. Devontae, not practicing. Oh, hamstring injury, of course. Devontae got him 13, solid. Ricky Pearsall has been very solid for Andrew this year. So, yeah, Andrew's team's looking good. Now that he figured out he has to start Danny Dimes over that bum-ass Trevor Lawrence, things are working out. Not to mention, let's take a look at his bench here. He's got a couple sleepers on the bench. He's got Quentin Johnston chilling on the bench, wide receiver 5, by the way. Jesus Christ. It's Cam Scattaboo. Oh, my God. Where is that guy? This guy, I mean, he doesn't even need Janty to be good. He's got this fucking guy. This guy has been amazing. So, very, very good future, at least from what I'm seeing for Andrew. It looks really good for him. So, he gets the win over Jacob. We'll take a look at Jacob's team, too. Both his quarterbacks getting 13. Mahomes, yeah, he's been good this year. He's just going to have those games. Their offense kind of looks like ass. Bo Nix, he's also been solid, but the Chargers defense is quite good. So, really the very sad thing for Jacob this week was starting this guy, Ramondre Stevenson, who I get it. Last week, he looked great. He got, what was that, like 140 all-purpose yards, 19 points last week against Miami, but he goes out in Pittsburgh and just like does absolutely nothing. Gets 1 point. What, he'd lose 2 fumbles? Yeah, 2 fumbles lost. Just, oh, that's so rough. And especially when you consider he's got this guy. He's got Monty chilling on his bench. And so that's just not something I would have done. I get the logic. Even starting Marvin Harrison over David Montgomery, I'm just like, why? Because this guy's just never been good. I don't know if he'll ever be good. Ramondre is just on the Patriots. 1 week they can decide that Treveon Henderson's going to be the guy. So Monty is just like the easiest guy to start there, I would say, especially considering they were going up against Baltimore. And, yeah, Monty just had a crazy week on Jacob's bench. So he would have won if he started – if he benched either Marvin Harrison or Ramondre instead of starting David Montgomery. So that sucks. Well done there, Jacob. But his kicker got 12 and his defense got 17. So, yeah, Jacob goes to 0-3. So, right now, it's, yeah, I mean, I did not guess. I don't think anyone guessed what these standings would look like by the end of week 3. I mean, Connor 3-0 isn't a huge surprise. Huge surprise, but Andrew and I being 3-0, that's something right there. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. Like Andrew being 3-0, that bravo to Andrew. He's done great. Right now, Oscar's 2-1, 0-3 for Bobby, 0-3 for Jacob. Michael's sitting at 1-2. He's been solid. His points for 372. So his record doesn't really reflect how good his team actually is. But Gregor 1-2, Zach 1-2, Cam 1-2. So let's take a look at. Oh, we're at week 4. So only one of us can remain undefeated forever, Andrew. We are playing each other this week. This should be the best matchup of the week, maybe, but who knows? Both of our best players play pretty easy. I mean, James Cook's playing New Orleans, CMC's playing Jacksonville, so nothing really stands out on the defensive matchups. I got Herbert playing the Giants and Keenan also playing the Giants, but the Lions are playing Cleveland, so that could be rough. But, yeah, it's going to come down to if James Cook can drop 20 again, because that's been pretty massive for me. So I'm going to say I'll be winning this matchup, Andrew, but if he takes it, I won't be surprised one bit. We got Michael versus Connor, so this could be huge. If Michael can come out with a win here, that would be massive. He really needs to. And if he could beat Connor, that'd be huge. So really for Connor, I mean, you know what his quarterbacks are going to do. They're both going to combine for 50+. Kyron's going to be great. Chase Brown, I don't know. Are they playing in Denver? Yeah, so that could be a rough game for Chase Brown because Denver's defense has been solid against the rush. Oh, man, he's having to start Christian Kirk now. Oh, yeah, so I could easily see Michael taking this one. Just now, Michael's team is great outside of his quarterbacks. I'd say, I mean, outside of Zach and me, he probably has some of the worst quarterbacks, and now he's having to play Russian roulette every week with Tua and CJ Stroud. Like, it's just anyone's guess who's going to be better any given week, because at least Miami, they have the weapons on their offense to get the ball into the red zone, but the Texans offense is just like, man, it's hard to watch. It is rough. They have they can't run the ball. CJ Stroud is just running for his life every time he takes a snap. He just has to. He gets no time to even look at his receivers. He just gets sacked all the time. So man, that's tough. CJ's playing Tennessee. Tua plays the Jets. So if Tua has a solid game, Michael could easily win this one. Devon Achane, he's been very solid this year. He's gonna do something this week, I would imagine. Josh Jacobs, if he plays against Dallas, he should have a good game. That should be a real bounce back week for the Packers offense. They just looked like shit against the Browns. So I wouldn't be surprised here if the Packers go up early and they just feed Josh Jacobs. That would be nice for Michael. Rome Odunze in Las Vegas. Ooh, he should be good. Tyreek. Yeah, so looking at Michael's team. Oh, and then he's got JK playing in Cincinnati. Yeah, I would say I could see Michael taking this one. That'll be my official prediction. Michael goes 2-2. Connor picks up his first loss. Looking at Cam and Gregor. Jaden Daniels going to play? Maybe. So if Jaden Daniels plays, Cam's odds of winning are obviously much higher. Yeah, looking at... Oh, God, is Gregor going to start Brees again? I don't know, Gregor. I'd say you have to start ETN at this point. ETN is just way more consistent. But, I don't know. Brees can go for 20. Who knows? But just looking at both their lineups, I mean, Gregor, to me, has the better lineup. If Derrick Henry just gets out of this funk he's in, he can win this week for Gregor, and they play Kansas City. So this should be a bounce back week for Derrick Henry, and I think that would be enough for that would push Gregor to win against Cam. Just Cam, it's so hard. He just can't rely on Jamar Chase anymore with Jake Browning in there or T. Higgins. So hey, Amari Hampton did do something this last week. I forgot to mention that. He actually looked solid. So if Amari Hampton is good, Cam could stand a chance, but my official prediction would be that Gregor wins this one. He goes at 2-2. Cam's at 2 or at 1-3 after the end of this week. Should Gregor win? Zach versus Jacob. Oh boy. Hey, if Justin Fields is back, that's pretty huge for Jacob. But man, that's tough. That is tough. I mean, Justin Jefferson is just like not the same guy anymore without old Sam Darnold throwing it to him. JJ McCarthy's been rough. Hey, if Cleveland's defense shuts down the passing game of the Lions like they did the Packers, that could be rough for Jacob. But looking at Zach's team, I think he has what it takes. Ladd has been very disappointing this year. He is due for a big game. He's very capable of it. So I would say if there's ever a good chance for him to have a good game, it'd be in New York against the Giants. So I'm probably going to lean towards Zach this week. And now he's got Kinshawn Judkins in his lineup, and he was very good this past week. So I would be leaning towards Zach for this week. Jacob remains winless. Zach goes to 2-2, even though their projections are super close. I just think Jacob has way more potential to have a big week. Or, Zach has more potential to go off this week than Jacob does. Oh, is Jacob not going to start Monty again? Come on, dude. You're killing me here. You're killing me. No, I guess if you got, George Pickens, now that CD's injured. He was good this last week. So, all right, I'll give you a pass. You can keep Monty on the bench. I'm never going to trade you for him, though, so quit fucking bothering me about it. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe if you sent me a good offer once. Here we go. We got Bobby and Oscar. Bobby's probably going to need a miracle to win this one, I would say. Igbuka, if he has a great week, Bobby has a chance. He just needs one of his skill position players to score more than 10 points, which is asking a lot. I realize I've been in this position where none of my guys are capable of that. So if Bobby can do that, if Josh Allen's playing the Saints, he could just go crazy and score 40 points this week. So if that happens, if any of his skill position players happen to score more than 10 points, Bobby could come out with this. But looking at Oscar's team, his squad is just solid. Like, the worst player he's starting is like definitely Chris Olave and just Alvin Kamara, but both those guys are capable of having big games. I mean, definitely Alvin. So I'm definitely just going to have to lean Oscar. This kind of seems like a no-brainer to me. His team is just better. So I'll say Oscar takes this one. He goes to 3-1. Bobby remains winless. But yeah, that's my official prediction there. Let's take a quick look. I just love throughout, as the season goes on, obviously I'm sure other people do this, just looking at where people were drafted and how they've actually performed. And this year has been a doozy. I'm sure it's been as bad as this, like in previous years, but this year has just been like crazy. I mean, Ashton Jeanty going number 1. No one can fault Andrew for taking him there because, like, I mean, the guy could be the next Bijan, but just as of now, he has just been very disappointing. Derrick Henry had a great week 1. Past 2 weeks just been quite disappointing. Chase Brown isn't what he was last year, also disappointing. Justin Fields, who knows what this guy's going to do. I mean, I don't know. But if he comes back and he can drop 20 points, it'll end up being a good pick for Jacob. I mean, he kind of just needs anyone to produce on his team at this point. Drake London has been incredibly disappointing. Oh, my God. It just doesn't make sense. Trey McBride, he's done really nothing remarkable at all. He's just been scoring like 10 points every week, which I guess for tight end is great, but he's number 5 tight end, so I kind of expected a little bit more. Easily the best pick out of the first round as of now has been Caleb Williams. Like, obviously now I look at this and I'm like, why the fuck did I not just draft Caleb Williams? I should have. He's been insane for Oscar, and he looks like he's finding a actual rhythm for the first time in his NFL career with a new coach, and he kind of has a buttercup. Oh my God. I guess he plays Philly, Green Bay, Minnesota. His early season schedule has just been pretty easy, and the rest of his schedule up until like week 11 looks solid. So he's been easily the best pick out of the first round. George Kittle, he was good until he got hurt. T. Higgins, good until Joe Burrow got hurt. Ladd, good until Keenan Allen showed up and decided he's the best wide receiver on that team. So everyone outside of Caleb Williams has just kind of been disappointing in the first round, and that's just kind of a fact. Like, it's crazy. It's just funny how that works out. Like, first round picks are so valuable, but then everyone picked in the first round except for one player is just like not even that good. If we look at the second round, I would say these 3 running backs have been, I mean, it's second round picks, so you're not expecting a ton, especially now that Najee's injured. So Hampton should be good for Cam. Kenneth Walker, after that first week, I was like, holy shit, they don't even give him the ball. But these last 2 weeks, he's been great. So also good for Cam. Chuba Hubbard's been very consistent. So great pick there for Zach. Best pick out of the second round, I would say, is JSN, and I was absolutely going to draft him if he fell to me, so congrats to Oscar. That was a great pick because I thought there was no world where he would drop all the way to me. If you compare him, he's just been so good this year. Compare him to fucking Terry, who's just done literally nothing. Trevion Henderson, nothing. Marvin Harrison, nothing. Mike Evans has been solid, but he's hurt. Garrett Wilson, he's been better than expected. Devontae, I would say the same. I don't think people expect him to be this good, but he's been great. So if you're noticing the trend here, it's kind of that Oscar has gotten the best 2 players. So that's why I'm thinking Oscar's record doesn't reflect how good he is. I think his team is better than 2-1. I mean, not that 2-1's bad. It's early in the year. All this can change, but Oscar's team, I'm just going to meet right Oscar because his team has been very good. based on like what he drafted, because his keepers have been not great. Michael Banks has been not great. Alvin Kamara, nothing crazy. Saquon could do better. Puka has been insane. So really, if you look at the records, I mean, everyone is like, their records are reflecting how good their keepers have been, basically. Like, Jacob's keepers have just not been as good as they used to be. Connor's keepers have been great. Gregor's keepers have been solid. And Gregor is, 1-2, so nothing crazy there. Andrew's keepers have been terrific. I mean, McCaffrey's back. Zach's, one of them's hurt. CeeDee's hurt. Jonathan Taylor's been insane. So, kind of the trend is like, is really how good of your keepers have been, because there haven't been, like, I don't know, any of these guys out of this draft that just like really elevated anyone's team outside of like Oscar's and now like Cam's if his running backs pan out. So just wanted to take a little look-see at the draft there and make some comments, because I always think it's hilarious how everyone's so worried about the draft and then the entire first round just ends up being a bunch of bums. It's pretty funny. But yeah, that's your week 3 recap. How long have I been going on? Oh my God, it's a long one. Well, if you guys stuck through the whole thing, I appreciate it. Good luck to everyone. Hopefully some of you winless people can get some wins. And good luck to you, Andrew. You're going to need it, buddy. We'll see ya.